controversial opinion, but you know this already if you watched my review of Part 1 of Rebel Moon. I enjoyed it. I was one of the few people who was actually excited for Rebel Moon Part 2. And Part 2 is a massive improvement over the already, in my opinion, already great Part 1. And honestly, this is Netflix. Audiences are used to watching something for several hours. I mean, it took me like 3 days to get through the last season of Stranger Things because it was like 10 hours long. And so this should have just been a 4 hour long movie. They should have done the Part 1, Part 2. They should have just edited together as a 4 hour long movie because this is Netflix. In my mind, this is a Star Wars movie directed with style. I think if they had put Part 1 and 2 together instead of splitting it up in a weird way, it probably would have gotten better reception because Part 1 was pretty much just the character intros. We're going to go to this planet to recruit this character. We're going to go to this planet to recruit this character. We're going to go to this planet to recruit this character. Thankfully, the characters were interesting, so I enjoyed seeing that. But now that the team is together, and that's where we left off Part 1, the story can actually kick into high gear. And I think the lore that Zack Snyder is building for the Rebel Moon universe is very compelling. And though there are some similarities to Star Wars, which are very obvious, there's also enough here that's unique, and it hasn't really been done in a sci-fi epic before. There's not much I could say about Part 2 that hasn't already been said about Part 1. Again, it's essentially a grittier Star Wars, which is the same style that you saw in like Rogue One and the Andor series. So if you like that tone, if you like gritty Star Wars, you want to see what Zack Snyder would kind of bring to that, this is worth checking out. I gave Rebel Moon Part 2 an A, a 9 out of 10, and a 4 out of 5 stars.